It's the Germany Experience, the podcast about life in Germany as seen through the eyes of outsiders. And you can visit thegermanyexperience.de for all the episodes, to subscribe to the podcast, sign up for my newsletter, and more. Now, as I mentioned a few episodes ago, I became an affiliate partner for a German learning course called German Uncovered. It's a course with a story structure that makes it easy for you to enjoy German, and it guides you through German vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and all that kind of thing. The great thing about this course is that you can make progress by reading and listening anywhere. So your car, on a train. I have looked at some of the course material myself, and it's extremely well produced. And basically what it is, it's 20 course modules that train you by letting you read and listen to a chapter of the story. Then you learn new vocabulary and grammar through videos and workbook activities about that chapter. You practice your pronunciation through the video and workbook activities, and you can speak to your tutor with speaking activities. So if you're interested in finding out more, go to thegermanyexperience.de/fluent. And as I said, I'm an affiliate partner, so that means I do earn a commission if you sign up using my link. But if you sign up, you'll get a great German course and you'll be helping the podcast. So it's win-win. Right, Nina?
Of course, Sean.
So that was Nina's voice. So usually I start with a little intro before getting into my guest interview. But this week, there's no interview. And my guest is already with me. It's friend of the show, and I like to think of her as my friend as well. It's Nina.
Hi, Sean.
Hi. Thank you for joining me. So the reason that you're on this show is there is a... What would you say a verlag is? A verlag is a publishing house or something like that?
A publishing house, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a publishing house called Langenscheidt Verlag, which is a publication that deals, as far as I understand, primarily with languages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's pretty famous.
Pretty famous. I even think I've heard of it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I've heard of it before this. And what they do every year is they come up with what they call a Jugendwort of the year. So a Jugendwort, as I understand it, is like a slang word or a word that's specifically used by the youth, right?
At least what older people think that we, or young people use.
We're down with the kids.
No, we're not.
No. Okay. So anyway, so they've done this a few years, and 2017, the word of the year was IBIMS, like IBIMS.
Which was... Yeah, it was a trend back then. So I think actually that year it was on point.
That was on point? That there's some kind of ich bin es, I am.
Yeah,
it's me. It's me, basically.
Stupid German for I am.
Okay, IBIMS.
It is I.
Yeah. So that's what the kids were saying in 2017, Nina. And in 2018, the word was verbugged, which is like faulty or defective, like buggy, verbugged.
Oh, like a buggy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I get that.
Yeah. They didn't do it in 2019, but now they're doing it again for 2020, and they have some finalists. And I took a look at these words, Nina, and I realized like I started going down rabbit holes with these words because there's like layers upon layers, and a lot of them are based on memes and things that I didn't even know anything about that was happening around me in Germany.
Because you're old.
Well, yes, in relation to you. And that's why you're here, Nina, because I feel like
you're I'm
closer.
Such a young person.
Well, you're closer to the youth than what I am. So it works in this case. So I wanted to discuss these youth words. They haven't chosen the winner yet. So it's just the finalists of these Jugendwörter. Like I said, I stumbled on, when I was looking into this, some cultural tidbits that I missed. And there are some aspects about these words that I just don't understand, like the context or how they're used.
I hope I can help. I'm not sure, because I remember back in the day when I was a really young person, and in the age group they were looking at, once a year you would read those words, and I was like, I've never used any of them. So either I was a very unpopular kid, or...
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to do with you, is I want to go through these words and then ask you at the end, is Langenscheidt really that hip and happening? Because somehow I just picture a bunch of old gray-haired dudes sitting in this Langenscheidt Verlag's offices trying to decide what the youth are saying. So anyway. Yeah. But apparently they were helped by some groups on Reddit and so on.
So that's pretty modern.
Yeah, Reddit's pretty modern. So like,
I still don't know if the young people use it or if it's more people I don't know.
Yeah. So you're a millennial, right?
I am a millennial. God, difficult word. I'm 26 years old, so I'm not young, but I'm not old. But 30 is getting closer.
Yeah, you're okay, Nina. Trust me, you're okay. So I guess we're talking about Generation Z here with these words. Okay, so basically we're two old people talking about the words that the kids use, which is going to be fun. But yes, so you're my resident German that's going to help me understand these words and their context. So are you ready, Nina? Shall we get into the words?
I am. I'm excited.
So the first word is a word that's called Schabernack. Schabernack. First of all, am I saying that right?
Yeah, Schabernack.
Okay. Which, as I understand, means like a harmless joke or fooling around.
Yeah, it's a prank.
Okay. So like shenanigans or...
Yeah. It is actually exactly shenanigans.
So I had a look. I don't know if you had a look at why this word is famous this year.
I did not, but I was actually very surprised about this word because for me, it is not a youth word. I mean, I think this has been around since my grandma was born. So.
Really? And I think that's why. Okay. So I think that's why. So I'll tell you the story how I understand how this word is, why this word is now trending. Mm-hmm. So do you know a CDU politician named Philipp Amthor?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So this guy...
it's not good to say he's German Donald Trump, but in the amount of memes that are produced off him, they're equal.
Yeah. So you mean like a German Donald Trump, just the fact that he just generates memes after memes because he's so ridiculous.
Not judging by their politics, but just judging by the amount of memes being produced about these people. Yeah, I mean, there's like Instagram channels that's like Philipp Amthor memes or Best of Philipp Amthor or I Love Philipp Amthor. And I'm not talking about like 300 followers. It's like 3,000.
Well, he seems like a national treasure because I discovered him literally today when I was looking through these words. Well, not today. I actually discovered these words on the weekend and I was going through these words. And that's when I realized I have to make an episode out of this because there's so much to know here about German words and German culture. So Philipp Amthor is a CDU politician. He looks like a nerdy school
young
kid.
Person he looks like a young person that was born old.
Yes, he does.
One of the memes about him actually is, so, in Germany around 9th or 10th grade, you go to Berlin and you visit the Reichstag.
Yeah.
One of the memes of his, like all famous superheroes have an origin story.
Yeah.
His origin story is his class went there, they forgot him there, and since then he's been raised by politicians.
So that kind of does make sense from what I've seen of him, because he looks like a precocious kid, but he's old. But he's actually a pretty young guy he's in the Bundestag, if I understand correctly. Yeah, and he's pretty young for the Bundestag.
So, I think he's around my age.
Yeah, I think he's still 20s. Yeah, he's late 20s, if I understand. Anyway, he is great. So so here we go. So this is what I've discovered about these words is there's layers upon layers of how these memes develop. So first of all, a German YouTuber named Rezo. Yes. So do you know Rezo? He seems quite popular.
Funny story. On the I knew Philipp Amthor. I have never heard of Rezo before, and then this whole thing you're about to explain happened, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people might have discovered Rezo through this because this I had a look at Rezo's account and I think he's got like 500,000 subscribers, which is a lot on YouTube. I mean, he's a pretty big YouTuber then. This specific video that he made first got 17 million views. So it's a lot. Yeah. So what he did was he made an hour-long video and stop me if I've got any of this wrong, Nina. I'm just like, this is my understanding of the situation. He made an hour-long video about the destruction of the CDU, because it's called Zerstörung der CDU or something like that, this video. And I assume somewhere in this video he said something about Philipp Amthor.
Because he's like the cliche CDU young person.
Yeah. So then Philipp Amthor must have spoken to his public relations people or something that said to him he has to do this reply video.
I think he actually did the reply video without talking to his public relations.
Okay, that makes sense.
But we will never know. We will never know.
So he starts off by doing this like diss track kind of thing, or like a diss video where he speaks in slang, and then he's like they do a record skip or something like that, and then it switches to him going "Genug Schabernack." So listen, I've got the clip here. Just take a listen to this clip and see if it comes through.
Zerstörung der CDU? Ja lol ey. Hi Rezo. du alter Zerstörer. Du hast ja dieser Tage ein So, genug Schabernack. Ihr habt doch nicht ernsthaft geglaubt, dass ich jetzt hier mein Rezo-Antwort-Video poste.
So, I guess what he's done is he's used a German word that is completely old-fashioned, right?
For him, so like I said, this word is a very old word, and it's kind of what elderly, polite people would use instead of, I don't know. I don't even know, but
yeah,
I know it. I wouldn't use it, but like I said, he's a young person born with an old people soul.
Yes.
So I think for him, it's a normal word. And of course, people thought it was ridiculous.
Yes. I think so that is the feeling I got, because to me, I didn't know Schabernack, the word, so I didn't know what the context is, but I guess that it was some kind of really old-fashioned word that he's used it, and now it's on the list. He's made the word famous. So
he did. He should get it trademarked.
He should Schabernack. Yes. Okay. So that is Schabernack. Yeah, I think we covered that one adequately.
Enough Schabernack, right?
Enough Schabernack, Nina. Good word usage. So the next word, this is the one I think that baffles me, and it also comes with like layers of memes that built up to it. But it's the word Mittwoch.
Like I said, I didn't do any research, and I was just so confused because the explanation is it's the youth word for the old people word, Bergfest.
Bergfest.
So what is Bergfest? Bergfest is celebrating that you made it through half of your work week, right? Yeah. Which day is it? Wednesday. So it's just like super confused. So why would it be
Mittwoch? So
I'm just so confused. So it's a Wednesday, and the old word is Bergfest, which I don't use because here, or at least where I grew up, it's not a thing.
Right.
I got to know it further north in Germany, but the day is a Wednesday, and you use the word Wednesday to refer to this cultural activity, and I'm like, how do you not get confused? Like, I don't know, Sean. I'm too
well. I can tell you, Nina, how this all happened. But that was what I wasn't understanding, because I saw somewhere that it was the Generation Z version of the millennials Bergfest. So you guys say Bergfest because you're happy that it's Wednesday.
Yeah, because we made it through half of the week. Yeah. And then Thursday is just Little Friday, and Friday's Friday, right?
Yes. So that is, so that is kind of like the English equivalent is we have hump day, which is because it was like a camel hump. You've gotten to that point, and then it's downhill to the weekend.
Yeah,
Who knows
right.
why these things are like they are. So here's what happened with this word, Nina. Why Mittwoch?
I really want to know how it happened.
This one starts in 2016. Some guy, completely unrelated, not even a German, went viral with a video declaring it's Wednesday, my dudes. Do you know that meme?
Yeah, I do.
So this is for those that don't know. This is from 2016. It's like had 37 million views on YouTube.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Yeah.
So it was literally that. I think it was a Vine video originally. So it is Wednesday, my dudes was a thing, and then the Germans translated it 1-to-1, and es ist Mittwoch, mein Kerle.
How is that even funny?
It's not, Nina. It's not. So that's what happened.
Okay.
And then apparently on the German Reddit, reddit.com/r/de, every Wednesday people post pictures of a frog declaring that it's Wednesday. When the phrase is translated directly, es ist Mittwoch, mein Kerle, or they say, es ist Mittwoch, mein Angestellter, or whatever. But for some reason, there's now a frog in the equation.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So, I was hoping you would explain this to me.
I don't know what to... Like I said, no judgment. Probably these people have some kind of scientific method to figure out what young people say, but I'm still not sure if Reddit is the generation they're looking for.
No, probably not. I feel like it's not. I feel like it's not.
But it's okay. It's okay. Go for it. I'm happy. It's entertaining.
It is entertaining. So I guess this is one of the things, like, why there would be a frog appearing on German Reddit every Wednesday is just something that, like, I guess it's one of these things that people just do and they don't even know what the origins or how it started. They just keep doing it.
It might be.
So that's what they do. Anyway, that's how Mittwoch landed up on this
one
list.
was the most confusing. There's another one, but I think this one was just...
Okay, so the next one. I'm glad you're just as confused as me, Nina, because then I feel less. Because I thought maybe I was missing something culturally.
No.
So
It's generational.
yeah, generational. Could be generational. The next one is Sauftrag. So this one, you can maybe explain how this works.
I enjoyed that one very, very much.
Yes.
So saufen is the German word for drinking a whole lot.
Yeah, drinking until you're drunk,
Excessively.
basically. Like saufen is you're drinking to get drunk.
That's the purpose. And Auftrag is like having a duty, you're on a mission.
Yeah.
So Sauftrag is you're on a mission to get drunk, which that word is pure genius for me.
I do like it as well. I like it as well. I really do.
And that one, I did not even, the whole thing about Schabernack, I didn't need to read the explanation. But this word I've never heard before, but I did not need an explanation. And I'm 100% sure this is going to make its way into my vocabulary.
There you go. Sauftrag is now going to be used by Nina.
Which I'm pretty sure would make, if it really was a youth word, it would make it super uncool. People my age and above using it, but I don't care. I'm past this whole embarrassment thing,
Screw it. If the Langenscheidt Verlag says it's good enough for us.
It's good enough
it's
for
good
me.
enough for us. We're going to be down with the kids, Nina. Sauftrag. So that's Sauftrag. Another one that is pretty straightforward is an English word, I guess. Do you have this word in German? Wild?
Yeah, it means savage.
Wild. So, genau.
Wild.
Wild. I don't know if the kids are pronouncing this wild or wild.
No, they're calling wild. That's why when you send me the list of the words, the one spelling was with a Y.
Oh, that's why. Wild. So the kids are actually using the English pronunciation specifically.
Wild.
And what it apparently means, maybe you can give us the meaning.
It's wild.
It's pretty much like the English word, right?
Is there much to explain? And it actually, I know it's being used in this way from somebody at my university. And he actually made it so famous in our circle of friends that everyone is saying it's wild out there.
So you would say it. So basically, what it means is it's like crazy, or
it's crazy.
It's over the top. It's absolutely.
It's over the
so
top,
you could say, "Dieses Party ist wild."
Yeah.
Okay, so that is interesting, and it's not the last English word on the
There's
list.
a lot on there, yeah. But like I said, this one, like Schabernack, for me is like almost already normal language.
Yeah. So the next one is also an English one, and that's lost.
And it means like I'm lost. I'm helpless.
Yeah. I'm clueless. I don't know what's going on, or there's komplett lost.
Yeah, and that's actually. I wouldn't say it's a youth word because it's just so normal.
Yeah.
Either that means I'm still young, which I'm hoping.
Yeah, you are, Nina, of course.
Or Langenscheidt is just a couple of years behind.
Or that. I would like both seem very, very possible.
Might be a combination.
Yeah, but it's interesting to me how, and looking at the past few years as well, how many words in the finalists were also English words.
I mean, if you think of it, I think that's now my old soul speaking, trying to explain the world to young people. It's all Netflix fault because now people in recent years started watching shows in English with German subtitles. So automatically you're going to use a lot more of English words because the internet is not an explanation. It's been around for like 30 years.
Right.
So that would have happened before, but I literally think it's from watching a lot of more stuff in original voice. I mean, even if you go to the cinema now, like half of the shows are being played in original voice. So
so they've seen a lot more English.
Yeah, it sounds cooler than saying ich habe keine Ahnung.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Did you know about this word?
Yeah, I use it. So that's why I think they're a couple of years behind.
I'm pretty trendy because I would use it as well. But that just comes from me not knowing the German words, and I put the English words in anyway.
Yeah, but that's basically how it works. And also, I think people are starting to speak more English in workplaces, which I again think why this is not a youth word.
Yeah.
So what I notice, and a lot of other people, you tend to forget words you don't use. So you use the English word. Right?
Exactly.
Because there's a couple more coming up, and that's the same explanation, 100%.
Yeah.
I got it all figured out.
Yeah.
Don't do more research. I know it.
Yeah, please. No fact checking. No fact checking. Nina, before we continue, I must tell you, like, I will not allow on this podcast for you to refer to yourself as old anymore. You're in your 20s, for God's sake. I mean, I know you're no Generation Z, or Z or however you want to say it, but
Let's see.
The next one, Nina, I don't know what to say about this one. So there's many layers that I have to ask you about.
I know what one's coming up, and I'm very, very excited for the explanation. Yeah.
So this word is
Köftespiess.
Köftespiess. So first of all, tell me what a Köftespiess is in normal language.
Turkish. It's a Turkish food, and it's on a stick, and it's meat.
Okay. So it's like a kebab.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like
I think a kebab is a Köftespiess. I'm not 100% sure in the technicalities, but I would say a kebab is a Köftespiess.
Yeah, I think it might be because I think in the original video where this comes from, which I'll talk to you about now, was he. I think he also refers to a kebab. Anyway, so who is he? This. Do you know the history behind this?
No. Yeah. I just read that it's supposed to refer to a delicious, like the meal of your dreams, and I'm just like,
yeah. So this is where I get confused with the meaning. So one of the meanings that I read was that it's like this. The way that it was used in the meme was that in the original meme was he was referring to having a kebab after he got out of prison. Like it's the best meal that he could have. Like that was his choice. The first thing he did when he got out of prison. So let me explain to you who he is. Do you know of a rapper called Zatar? I think his name is.
No.
Anyway, it's Xatar. He's a rapper. And in 2013, he did an interview where he said that when he got out of prison, he ate a Köftespiess and drank an ayran, which is a Turkish yogurt drink kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull up the audio for this. So this is Zatar talking about the first meal that he had when he got out of prison.
Das Erste, was du machst, wenn du rauskommst?
Das allererste, ich glaube, ich gebe mir einen schönen Kebab, so einen schönen Köftespieß, weißt du? So einen schönen Köftespieß. Kolbstraße, ein Köftespieß erstmal, mit gar keinen Reden auch und so.
Gar kein
Aber
Reden.
gib mir einfach nur einen Köftespieß. Dazu einen schönen frischen Ayran aus dieser Maschine, weißt du? Wo man den selber so all-you-can-drink-mäßig zapfen kann.
I love that. This guy, so basically for people who don't understand German, this guy was just saying that all he wants when he got out of prison is just
he wants a...
And without discussion, he just wants to go there and have it. Like he knows the place he's going to go to as well because he references a specific street. Gonna go there and he's gonna have a kebab.
And this is just like, kind of like Philipp Amthor saying Schabernack. Why would you call a kebab a Köftespieß? That sounds like it wouldn't sound more intellectual than... But it does sound funny. And
it's so but I love how much he just that's all he wants. And the one he wants to go to the machine and get that ayran out of the machine. That's all he wants. You know, after prison.
I get missing a döner if I'm like abroad for a longer time. I just miss good German döner. Let's be honest, we have the best döner because here it was invented. It was invented here.
Döner is the best. Döner is the best. And I'm missing it because I haven't had a döner in ages because out here in the village, there's no döner places nearby. So
come to my house. They do have döner, but I'll take you to my favorite falafel place down the street.
All right. That is going to happen. In Nuremberg, I'm going to go to a falafel place and have a döner because I'm missing it. What happened next, Nina? So that's not the end of the story. That was a 2013 interview, and this word has just popped up now. Because in 2019, I think, another rapper called Lil Lightskins. Do you know Lil Lightskins? Me either.
No, I don't know that. Like, no.
So Lil Lightskins made a video based on this, but so he takes the Köftespieß word and he raps with it. You can listen to that full song on YouTube. It is pretty much that all the way through. So Köftespieß. I don't know why. I don't know. So anyway, that has resulted in Köftespieß now being one of the potential youth words of the year.
I have to say, I've never heard anybody use it and like say, this is the meal I want to have right now.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure about that one. I hope this one does. It's funny, the story, but I just hope this one doesn't win because
No, I hope not. I have a feeling it might, but yes.
Because it's the most absurd one?
Yeah. So there we go, Köftespieß. We've got a few more. So the next one is one that I know and use to be funny. This one is Digga. So
yeah,
that's
a normal one.
Yeah, it's normal. I've heard it used by a lot of people. Maybe not our colleagues, but people on the street. You'll just someone like, or in a social situation, they'll go like, "Hey, Digga."
I would know a colleague or two who would use that.
Yeah. Okay. So they go like, "Hey, Digga," and it's just a cool way of greeting someone.
Cool, yeah.
Okay.
In your dreams.
But I do it to be funny because I think it's a funny word. So every now and then I'll greet someone. In fact, I sent a good friend of mine. Shout out to Timur. I sent him a WhatsApp message where I just wrote, "Hey, Digga," and he wrote back, "What?" I'm like, "What are you doing?" So I said, I'm just trying to be cool, and he said, "Nice try. The kids moved on from that years ago."
That's why I said it's a normal one. The kids don't use it.
Exactly, and that's what clued me into that this Langenscheidt or whatever this place is called might just be behind the curve a little bit.
And I mean, we don't always like the Digga. And friends call me Diggy because they think it's funny because it means little fatty.
Yes, well, that's what I didn't realize. I didn't realize it comes from Dicker. Like,
oh yeah, it
so
comes from Dicker. Mine Dicker is like, I'm so close to you, we're fat. Mine isn't Dicker.
So that's weird. So that's very strange to me because when I discovered that it was actually saying Dickers, you're actually greeting someone going, "Hey, fatty, fatso."
Yeah, but I actually think that's not my theory, is because I'm a nice person. It comes from "Ich bin dicke mit dir," which means like we're close to each other. That's my theory. Because like what you call your friend, and then it's like mein Dicker, yeah. So we're close to each other, and then it just like Dicker because we're in Franconia, and K is kind of like Digga.
Yeah.
And there we are.
There you are. That's how you end up with Digga, kids. Yeah, I don't think the kids use that.
But I think it's also normal. So
yeah, I've heard it everywhere, like literally everywhere.
And I kind of think I actually use it. I do use it, but more like when I'm annoyed, like Digga.
Hey, Digga, komm jetzt,
like,
ey.
Like Alter.
Alter, yeah. Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, so there we go. Digga is pretty easy, and we don't have to talk through memes. And in fact, we don't have any memes left because those are the most complicated ones, the ones that came from memes built on memes built on memes. But we don't have any more of those left. And the next one is another English word. And it's cringe. But I've heard Germans pronounce it cringe.
Oh, really? I don't.
And they also say, das ist cringy. Das ist cringy.
Das ist cringy.
I've heard that.
That's true. That's true.
So that was an interesting one. And they use it in exactly the same sense as we do in English. They just pulled it over.
It's cringy more often than they would say it made me cringe.
Yeah, I've only heard it cringy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that one.
But same. That's one of the ones I said probably comes from Netflix because all the teenage chick flick movies on there.
There is some cringy stuff on Netflix, that is for sure.
They like to binge.
All right, we're losing Nina. It looks like we're losing Nina. She's the breaking up. The last word, Nina. This is the last word that's up for the word of the year, the German youth word of the year, and it is Mashallah, which is another borrowed word.
Yeah, but this time from Arabic.
Yeah,
I do hear it a lot. So either it came from like Berlin area or Frankfurt area because highest population of Arabic speaking people. But I do hear it quite frequently. But I would say if it's a German guy saying it, it's more like to try to be cool. Like, Mashallah.
So what it means is it's basically the Arabic word means something like God has willed it or what God wills. And it's basically used as a compliment or to say that something's amazing, right? If I'm understanding correctly in German.
A miracle.
Yeah. The question I wanted to, so I really like this one. This is one of those that I really like, and I wanted to ask you, would I sound like Philipp Amthor if I started using Mashallah in German? Does it sound like I'm a weird dude that's trying to be cool and it's not quite managing it?
You're too old to do this.
All right, so no Mashallah then. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, there's more than more borrowed words from Arabic than Mashallah. There's some bad ones, which I'm not going to use here.
Yeah.
But there's like Walla or Yalla, which is like hurry up, which I use quite frequently.
Yeah. I can imagine, Nina. I can imagine you hurrying people up quite often. So, yeah, that's it. Those are the words that are up. I think they're voting. The voting is starting soon for the best word. And I'm going to vote, Nina. I'm a German citizen.
You're going to vote? Okay.
I need to vote what the coolest youth word is because I would know. I've been a non-German generation zennial, if you want to call it that. I know what's cool, Nina.
Yeah, sure. Cool. You have 3 kids. Probably they can teach you a thing or two.
So tell me, Nina, which word would get your vote?
Ooh, this is hard. I don't want it to be Schabernack or wild or lost or cringe or Digga because I just think they're normal.
Yeah, they're normal.
Köftespiess I don't want because this is just...
You like Sauftrag, though. Sauftrag.
I liked Sauftrag. I think I would go either for Sauftrag or I would go for Mashallah because I think it's time for an Arabic word as the youth word.
And that is exactly what I would... I also liked Sauftrag because it was funny, though. But
it's funny. It's a play on words. It's intelligent, kind of.
Yeah. But Mashallah is a really... it feels to me like a really nice word, especially knowing the background, like the God has willed it and stuff. It's like it just feels really beautiful. And I think it would enrich the German language, and that's why I would choose it.
But that's what old people would say. I would really like to have Mashallah as the youth word.
So
but yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. That's what my vote will be. And in the show notes for the podcast episode, you can check out all of those words, and I will link to all the articles and the YouTube videos because you have to see that Köftespiess rap by Little Lightskins. It's amazing. I
actually think you should link some of the. I'm gonna look for the best Philipp Amthor meme I can find. I think that's worth a link.
Yes. Nina, where can people find you?
Oh, they can find me on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes, I will also link to that because Facebook and Instagram is a big place, Nina.
Oh, yeah. Probably more Instagram now than Facebook because basically I just use Facebook for checking on what's going on in the world.
Yeah, and that's not good. It's not a good place to learn that kind of stuff.
It's the entertaining part. If I want to watch news, I'm going to look up news. No, I just want drama.
Yep. Well, one thing that going through these words has made me realize is that a lot of these memes and things that have been going on in Germany around me, I had no idea about. I had no idea about these rappers, about the things. So I decided I need to find a source where I could keep up with these cool memes. And it's probably Reddit, I guess. Probably.
I mean, I think one link you should include, especially since your podcast is called The Germany Experience. It's on Instagram and it's Allmann memes.
What?
Allmann, by the way, is another Arabic word that entered to the German language. And it's kind of like saying a Karen, but a German version of a Karen.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I never heard of it. Is that funny? Is a good Instagram account?
As a German, I think there's two kinds of Germans. The one that like to laugh about them being German, which is me, and then the ones that get angry. And that's why the Instagram account is called Allmann Memes 2.0, because a lot of German actually reported it because they felt so offended of being made fun of another German person that they kept reporting the Instagram profile.
All right. And controversial. I like it.
Memes with Germans.
Very cool. I like that. You let me know the other day, you said, hey, have you seen this Instagram profile? And you sent me a link to a profile called Can You German?
And I've actually been following them quite some time. I was always like, this is something I should share with Sean. And I don't know why. And this day I was like, just send this one to Sean because that one made you laugh.
Yeah. And you sent it to me the day after I interviewed the guys for the podcast. And that episode is coming up in 2 or 3 weeks, I think. I'm going to put out the Can You German. They're amazing. It's a Brazilian and a Bulgarian behind it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes it even more funny because so for people who don't know Can You German, I actually followed them since their third or fourth post. And I don't even know how. Oh, yeah, I remember how I ended. So my boyfriend's not German. So we're following a couple of YouTube channels and Instagram profiles that do what you do, like the Germany Experience and explain the German language and German oddities. Yeah. And I think that's why the Instagram profile was recommended to me. So I've been following them for quite some time, and they explain German idioms, but so they give you the actual explanation and they translate it literally. So
they start with a 1-to-1 translation from German to English. They just directly translation, and that is sometimes hilarious already.
I don't know if it's hilarious for people that don't speak any German, but for being a German speaker and having a lot of English speaking friends and knowing these problems,
it's funny.
Trying to explain German idioms is strange. The one that I love from that Instagram page is da wird der Hund ja in der Pfanne verrückt, which is this makes a dog go crazy in a cooking pan. And so they have the literal English translation of the idiom and then explain what it means. And then usually the second part of the explanation is like making fun of it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
doing it in a very subtle, like good way, which makes me laugh. So I enjoy their profile quite a lot.
It's amazing. And like I said that to them in the interview, they are one of the few Instagram accounts where I actually have to make sure I'm not drinking coffee, because sometimes they catch me unawares, because I'll see the translation, I'll start reading it, and I'll have take a sip of coffee and have it in my mouth, and then I'll get to that second part of the explanation, and sometimes that is just a killer. It just they make a comment there that just destroys me, and I will literally snort my coffee out of my nose.
And I just like a shout out, like I said, so my mom's German, and for example, she hates Alman memes, so she doesn't like German Karen memes because they're making fun of her. But I recently showed her Can You German, and she loves it.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
They're making fun of German, but
not
in a demeaning way, you know?
Yeah, it's a really good-natured way. They really just like, yeah. So definitely check out Can You German on Instagram, and their interview is coming up in, like I said, 2 or 3 weeks, depending on when this episode comes out. So it'll be coming up, and it is such a funny talk that I had with them. I'm very excited for people to hear that. Nina, thank you so much for making time.
Sure.
And helping me out with this episode. It's always fun to talk to you.
I love it.
Yes. And that's it. I guess we have to play out with the theme song.
Do it. Do the outro.
And we're out of here. Thanks, everyone. Auf Wiederhören.